Welcome back to Trust Your Oats. In our last episode, we dug deep into the soil, exploring how regenerative farming and the purity protocol build the foundation for everything we eat. Today, we're taking that foundation and putting it into motion. We're moving from the field to the finish line. Whether you're lacing up for a marathon, hitting the gym after work, or just trying to keep up with your kids on a Saturday afternoon, your body is an engine. And like any engine, performance dictates that you care about the fuel you put in the tank. But what happens when that fuel source is compromised? What happens when the very food designed to give you energy is secretly causing inflammation, fatigue, or digestive distress? Today, we're talking about the intersection of pure, uncontaminated oats and peak physical performance. We're going to explore the science of complex carbohydrates, the truth about gluten-free athletes, and why clean energy is the ultimate competitive advantage. This is Trust the Athlete. To understand why oats are the ultimate athletic fuel, we first have to understand how the human body stores and uses energy. Think of your body like a hybrid car. You have a small battery for immediate explosive energy. That's your ATP system. You have a massive gas tank for slow, long-term energy. That's your body fat. But right in the middle, you have a specialized fuel cell that dictates how long and how hard you can push yourself before you hit the dreaded wall. That fuel cell is called glycogen. When you eat carbohydrates, your body breaks them down into glucose. Whatever you don't use immediately gets packaged together and stored in your liver and your muscles as glycogen. A well-trained athlete can store roughly 500 to 800 grams of glycogen in their body. That's enough stored energy to fuel about 90 to 120 minutes of sustained, intense exercise. But here's the catch. Not all carbohydrates fill that tank the same way. If you eat simple carbohydrates, sugars, white bread, highly processed snacks, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. You get a quick burst of energy followed by a massive insulin release, and then a crash. It's like throwing paper onto a fire. It burns bright and hot for a second, and then it's gone. Endurance athletes need logs, not paper. They need complex carbohydrates. This is where oats become the undisputed champion of the breakfast table. Oats are packed with a specific type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When you eat oats, that beta-glucan forms a thick, gel-like substance in your digestive tract. This gel physically slows down the absorption of carbohydrates into your bloodstream. Instead of a spike and a crash, you get a slow, steady, sustained release of energy that lasts for 2 to 3 hours. It's a continuous drip feed of premium fuel right into your glycogen bank account. Scientists measure this energy release using something called the glycemic index, or GI. The GI scale goes from 0 to 100. With pure glucose sitting at 100. Anything below 55 is considered low GI, meaning it provides that slow, steady energy release. Now, not all oats are created equal when it comes to the glycemic index. The way an oat is processed changes how your body digests it. Steel-cut oats, which are just whole oat groats chopped into pieces, have a very low glycemic index, usually around 42 to 53. Because they are dense and thick, your body has to work hard to break them down. Rolled oats, the classic old-fashioned oats we use so often, are steamed and flattened. They have a glycemic index of about 55. Still firmly in the low GI category, still providing excellent sustained energy. But instant oats? Those are rolled incredibly thin and pre-cooked so they absorb water instantly in your microwave. Because the factory has already done half the digestion for you, your body absorbs them much faster. Instant oats can have a glycemic index of 79 to 83, putting them in the high GI category, closer to white bread. For an athlete looking for sustained endurance, rolled oats or steel-cut oats are the gold standard. And the sports science community backs this up. The International Society of Sports Nutrition, the ISSN, recommends that endurance athletes consume between 5 and 12 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight every single day to maximize those glycogen stores. For a 160-pound athlete, that's roughly 360 to 870 grams of carbs a day. You simply cannot hit those numbers healthily by eating sugar. You need nutrient-dense, complex carbohydrates. You need oats. But what happens when the fuel is contaminated? Over the last decade, we've seen a massive shift in professional sports. Elite athletes across every discipline have been adopting gluten-free diets. Take tennis legend Novak Djokovic. In his 2014 book, Serve to Win, he detailed how discovering his gluten sensitivity and removing it from his diet completely transformed his career. He wrote, "Suddenly there was an X factor, a change in my diet that allowed my body to perform the way it was supposed to." He described feeling lighter, quicker, and clearer in mind and spirit. Or look at Olympic swimmer Dana Vollmer. She struggled for years with chronic pain, fatigue, and food sensitivities. After adopting a gluten-free diet, she didn't just make the 2012 Olympic team, she won gold and set a world record in the 100-meter butterfly. Now, it's important to be scientifically accurate here. For athletes who do not have celiac disease or non-celiac gluten sensitivity, clinical trials haven't proven that removing gluten magically makes you run faster or jump higher. But here's what the data does show. A massive 2015 survey of over 900 non-celiac athletes, ranging from recreational runners to Olympians, found that 41% followed a gluten-free diet. And of those athletes, a staggering 84% reported an improvement in their digestive symptoms. Why does that matter? Because in endurance sports, your gut takes a beating. When you run or cycle intensely, your body diverts blood flow away from your stomach and toward your working muscles. This causes exercise-induced gastrointestinal distress. If your gut is already inflamed from a mild gluten sensitivity, or if you're eating heavily processed contaminated grains, that distress is magnified. You can't perform at your peak if your stomach is in knots. This brings us right back to the oats. Oats are naturally gluten-free. They don't contain the gluten proteins, gliadin and glutenin, that trigger celiac disease and sensitivity. Instead, they contain a protein called avenin, which the vast majority of people tolerate perfectly. But as we discussed in our last episode, the agricultural system is messy. Standard commercial oats are heavily cross-contaminated with wheat, barley, and rye from shared fields, shared combines, and shared mills. If an athlete is relying on standard oats for their morning fuel, they are likely consuming trace amounts of gluten every single day. For someone with celiac disease or a severe sensitivity, that trace gluten triggers an autoimmune response. It causes systemic inflammation. It damages the intestinal lining, which means the athlete can no longer properly absorb the iron, magnesium, and vitamins they need to recover. You cannot build a high-performance engine with contaminated fuel. Performance isn't just about what you do during the race. It's about how you recover after it. And once again, pure oats deliver. Oats have a higher protein content than most other grains, about 13 grams of protein per half-cup serving of dry oats. More importantly, oat protein contains all 9 essential amino acids, including leucine, which is the primary trigger for muscle protein synthesis. But oats have a secret weapon for recovery that no other food on Earth possesses. They contain a unique group of antioxidants called avenanthramides. These avenanthramides are found exclusively in oats, and recent sports science research has uncovered something incredible about them. A 2020 study published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology had young men and women run downhill on treadmills to intentionally cause eccentric muscle damage. The researchers found that supplementing with oat avenanthramides significantly reduced the markers of exercise-induced inflammation and muscle damage. So, a bowl of pure oats before a workout gives you the complex carbs for sustained energy. A bowl of pure oats after a workout gives you the protein for muscle repair, the carbohydrates to restock your glycogen, and the unique antioxidants to fight off inflammation. But, and this is the crucial but, You only get these benefits if the oats are pure. If those oats are contaminated with wheat, the resulting inflammation in a sensitive athlete will completely cancel out the anti-inflammatory benefits of the avenanthramides. The gut damage will prevent the absorption of the protein. The fuel becomes the friction. This is why the purity protocol is not just a standard for food safety, it is a standard for athletic performance. When an athlete chooses purity protocol oats, like the ones we grow at GF Harvest, they are choosing a fuel source that has been protected from seed to shelf. They are choosing oats grown in dedicated fields, harvested with dedicated equipment, and processed in a dedicated facility. They are choosing a complex carbohydrate that delivers pure, unadulterated energy without the hidden hitchhikers that cause inflammation and distress. Whether you are trying to win an Olympic medal, set a personal best in your local 5K, or just have the energy to tackle a demanding workday, you need fuel you can trust. You need energy that sustains you, nutrients that repair you, and a food system that respects your body's limits. Thank you for joining me today on Trust Your Oats. I hope this episode has given you a new appreciation for the power of complex carbohydrates and why pure, uncontaminated fuel is the ultimate key to performance. Next time, we're going to take everything we've learned, from the soil to the science to the athlete, and bring it right into your kitchen. We'll be talking about the art of the oat, how to prepare them, how to bake with them, and how to make this incredible grain a delicious part of your daily life. That's Trust the Kitchen, and you won't want to miss it. Until then, fuel up, train hard, and remember, trust your oats.